Hey, what's going on, guys? E-Bike Extreme. In today's video, I'm going to be replacing the sprocket on the CYC X1 Pro Gen4. The unit came with 38, but I did replace it with 44. So I'm going to replace the 44 with 48 teeth because I want to have less ghost pedaling when I'm pedaling the bike. As you can see, this is basically a commute bike. It's not a mountain bike. So because it's too heavy for mountain biking, I'm using the Specialized Domo 8 with the CYC X1 Pro Gen3. I have the X12 controller on this bike. I love it. Last Sunday I went mountain biking locally here in my area. I loved it. It was my first experience and I can't wait to do it again. But one of my subscribers asked me how to change the sprocket on the CYC X1 Pro. So I told him that I'm going to do a video and add it to my channel. That way you can just follow up exactly how I do it, because I've done it many times. As you can see here, I have many different aftermarket sprocket that I replaced. So this is the factory one. This is the 38. I already took it out. I'm not using it. I changed it to 40, but again, ghost pedaling, I'm not using this one. 52 teeth, it worked fine, but again, kind of big, and also putting pressure on the motor. To be able to use this, you gotta also replace the drive sprocket, because this one here, I believe it's 63. You need the 72 to help out, put less pressure on the motor. I do have that one, but my chain is bad, so I'm gonna order another 219 edge chain, because those chains, sometimes it go bad. It's gonna damage your chain tensioners. I can show you later what I'm talking about, but as you can see here, I have the 44 teeth. You can see it's bigger than the 219 sprocket, so I'm gonna be replacing this. The 48 teeth, I got it on Amazon. As you can see here, this is the round oval and black round 48 teeth. It's aluminum, it's not steel. I wish that CYC give us the option to get a steel for the replacing the 40 or 38 teeth that comes standard with their kit. Not everybody use it for mountain biking. As you can see, that I have a lot of room here. I can put a bigger sprocket and it won't hit my chain tensioner. So as you can see, there's a lot of room here. I already replaced it with the 52 and I was fine. But again, I took it out again. As I said, it's too big and also was putting pressure on my motor, and the chain was bad. That's the reason I took it out. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So as you can see here, so this is the 72 teeth sprocket for the motor. So this is the chain that it comes with it. As you can see here, this one here is not moving freely. It's jammed, so it's tight. They pressed it too hard, so this got to be moved freely. Otherwise, it's going to make a vibration and it's going to damage your chain tensioner. So, you know, like when I try to see, it's not moving freely. See this one here. So I got to order another one. That way I can put this bigger one, so it will put less pressure on the motor. Less pressure on motor, that's going to help with overheating, so it won't overheat a lot. Again, I'm going to wait for this now. Once I get the placement 219H, when you select the chain, it's going to ask you what sprocket you have. Let's go back to, as you can see, there's a lot of room here. Let me show you here on my Specialized domain. So I have the 40 teeth on this one here, and it's barely touching my frame, so I can go bigger on this bike, otherwise it's gonna hit my frame and damage it. So, but again, this has the SRAM GXXO, so this is an awesome transmission. I can pedal with this bike without having issue from ghost pedaling. I'd be happy with the 28 if I reach 28 pedaling without ghost pedaling, but that's not possible with the chainring that CYC give us. You know, I believe they give you 32 option and then 38 and 40 teeth. All right, so we need to change that. So I'm talking about commute bike, not MTB bike, because you can put a big sprocket on the MTB bike. There is not a lot of room like the fat tire or the road bike. So, but since I have a lot of room, I'm gonna try to replace it with 48, as you can see here. And this is the 104 BSD, round oval type shape. So those holes, it'll be like a cross, you know, so it will be facing each other. All right, so I believe this was like around 25, maybe 25 bucks on Amazon, and it came in 2 days. So so I'm going to replace that. I'm going to show you exactly what tools you're going to need. So as you can see, I have it already here. So basically, you're going to need your Allen key. If you have multiple sizes, that'd be awesome. But I do recommend to get this tool. This is the Pro Bike tool. It's an awesome kit to have, especially if you're using it on your bike. Have all the sizes here that you need to do the work on your bike. So I can use this one to loose it up, and then I'm going to use my power tool to speed up the process. Okay, so I already have the adapter, so I can put my size 8, okay, and then it's gonna make it easy for me to speed up the process. Okay, all right, so Allen key, this will work if you have it. If you have this one, this is plus. Okay, and next you're gonna need to have the crank arm remove kit. So you can get this one on Amazon too. They run like maybe 15 bucks, something like that. Okay, you're also gonna need to release the chain in case if you want to make it easy on you by taking the linker out. So I have this one here too. Other than that, I believe this is the only tools you're gonna need. So I'm gonna demonstrate now how to replace the sprocket. All right, guys, so here how we're gonna start the process here. So basically we're gonna need the hex key, and this is gonna make it easy for me. So basically gonna lose up those bolts here. I already lose it up, but to lose it up you want to make sure you hold the crank arm or your pedal and then lose it up your bolts. Okay, so it's already loose. So next what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lose up the 8mm bolt that is holding your crank arm. Okay, so basically again you're gonna hold the pedal or the arm. I already lose it up. Alright, so now I'm going to use my power tool. Alright, so it's out. Now I'm going to need to use my crank arm removal tool. So basically going to screw this in until it stops. My wrench. Okay, so back to the 8mm because this is a 8mm. Clockwise. You're gonna hold the crank arm with one hand and then turn your hex key, and now this is gonna come out. Okay, and then you're gonna unscrew the removal tool out of your crank arm. So now it's gonna make it much easier for us to loosen up all the bolts here and replace the sprocket. So next what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take those bolts out, okay, because you're gonna lose it up the chain tensioner. So for this one you're gonna use a number 4, actually number 3. So I'm gonna need number 3, number 4. 4 is for the sprocket and 3 is for removing the chain tensioner. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lose up those 3 bolts here. Okay, so 1, 2, oops, and then 3. Okay, go back to my power tool. Okay, so this one, the second one. So once you take the first 2 bolts from here, then this piece is gonna come off, put it on the side, and then I'm gonna basically lose it up the bolt that is holding my chain tensioner. Okay, so it's good enough. Make sure when you take this out, put it back exactly how it was before. Try to take a picture if you want, but since I've done it many times, it's not a problem for me. But there we go. Okay, so keep it like this. That way, when you put it back, it'll make it easy for you. Okay, so here's the chain tensioner. So now my 219 chain is loose now, but I'm still gonna open up those screws and get it out because I can't move the chain unless I take my sprocket out. I'm gonna do so. Again, I'm gonna change it back to number 4. I have my power tool, so okay, pull this out. Second one. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take this off too. All right. So I'm gonna take the first piece. All right, and I'm gonna take those spacers. There's 4 spacers, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm able to get the drive sprocket. So this is the, I believe it should say how many teeth. Didn't mark it. Trying to see if they mark it somewhere. Yeah, I don't see it. But they did change it from the Gen 3. They make it more solid and the holes are bigger. So if you try to use the Gen 3 sprocket, it won't fit or it's going to be loose because they make it the hole wider. That way they put a thicker bolt and it's longer too. So next we'll be taking my chain apart. So I'm going to use the chain tool. All right, so I'm going to take my chain apart. Okay. Now I remove the chain. Now it's easy for me to work on my sprocket and replacing it with the new one. So let me mount my camera again. Alright, so one. This is the second one. I'll show you here. So I don't know if you guys can see here. So you got the bolt goes from the back, and then there is a spacer. Okay, so there is a spacer, and then it goes to the bottom bracket. Basically, this is the torque sensor here. So again, I'm gonna show you once I put the new one how it's gonna go again. So I have one more that I take out, which is this is the last one here. Okay, so I'm going to be able to remove it. It's going to be a little bit hassle to get this out, but I've done it before. As you can see here, came off with no problem here. So here's my new 104 BSD chainring, the sprocket. And basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to insert it. Okay, if you have the motor apart, not on the bike, it's going to make it easy for you. But I done it before while the motor on the bike. It's no problem because I have a lot of room here. I'm sure you'll be able to do it too. So basically, alright, here we go. Alright, so now I'm gonna try to put everything together. So first I'm gonna grab the back piece of the bolts, and this is the front. The front has the Allen key spot to be able to tighten those bolts. Okay, so I'm gonna have one of those and one of the spacers. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna insert it from the back against the new sprocket, and then I'm gonna apply one of the spacer, and then I'm gonna align it against the torque sensor like that. Okay, all right, so next I'm gonna grab the drive sprocket, and I'm gonna try first to put the chain on it like that, and that way I can line the holes, as you can see here. So next we'll be adding another spacer and then putting the chain stay, and then put the bolt. Now I'm gonna turn it a little bit so I can go to the second one, grab the back piece, insert it through the new sprocket, add a spacer. Okay, and then push the drive sprocket, add a spacer, and then turn the chainstay, and then apply the bolt, tighten it. The third one, spacer, push the drive sprocket, add a spacer, put the bolt. Okay, now I have the last one left. Same process, the back bolt, and then add a spacer. It's going to be the toughest one because not a lot of room, so you might drop the spacer a few times. Maybe I'm gonna put my finger from the side to hold the spacer, stays there, but it's gonna be a process, so be patient. So okay, so I went through, and then add the last spacer against the drive sprocket, and put the last bolt. Alright, so all good. So now I'm gonna use my power tool to speed up the process. Put my finger against the back to hold the bolt. Turn the third one and fourth one. Now I'm gonna add pressure to it. Now I'm going to use my torque wrench. Look good. Alright, so here's the chain tensioner with the cover. So this piece here of the spring, slide it on into the motor to give tension to the spring. Okay, so what I'm going to do first you're going to try to, because this is a long bolt here, so I'm just going to try to tighten this a little bit. And now you're going to try to reach underneath it and then try to push it down, and then push the plate and then tighten the screws. If it didn't work out from the first time, it's going to be a process, but again, try to use a flat screwdriver. Here's the spring. Okay, as you can see, pushed all the way underneath the motor. Now, as you can see, the chain it's tensioned. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn the cover and try to have this front spring go through this hole here. Okay, now I'm gonna tighten this bolt more. Okay, so all good. So the next I'll be adding the chain cover. Gonna go this way. Okay, grab one of the bolts, guide it through the hole, try to find the hole, push it in, tighten the bolt. Don't tighten too much, because you need to move the chain cover to be able to insert the second bolt through. Otherwise, like if it's like this, it's not going to go through. So you want to make sure it's still loose here, so you'll be able to move the chain cover, and then insert third bolt, and then tighten the bolt. Okay, so look good. All right, so once everything put it together, then I'm gonna go and make sure I get the right torque measurement to all the bolts. That way they don't come loose. Okay, so all good here. So next I'm gonna do, I'm gonna attach the chain back to sprocket. Got the chain linker here. I also gonna need this tool again. I'm gonna make it easy for me because this Ceram jack has a lock for the chain right here, as you can see here. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to bend this and then push it like that. That way now my chain is kind of loose. There's no pressure on the chain. Now I'm gonna try to pull her out, put it through the opening against the new sprocket. Okay, so it's all good. Add the linker, grab the second one, put it on the other side of the chain. Then I'm gonna use the tool. There we go, clicked. As you can see now, looking good. This chain is brand new, long, so I'm gonna shorten it, but let's try it. Let me release the tension on the derailleur. So I'm gonna just try to turn this up and open up. So now the chain is tight. Okay, so try to put the crank arm back. So as you can see, the other side is, make sure you put it straight down, and then when you come to this side, you're gonna put it up, and then you're gonna put the 8mm bolt, and then we're gonna use the 8mm Allen key. Okay. So now this bolt is tight. It's holding the crank arm. So let's try it out. Looking good. Here we have it. So as you can see now, everything is worked perfect. Got the 48 teeth on my CYC X1 Pro Gen4. I did replace the 44 before this, and again, I'm not using the 40 teeth or the 38 teeth from CYC. I would like to see CYC come up with a bigger size sprocket, because a lot of people use it for their road bikes or their commute bike. As you can see, I have the fat tire Aventon. I still have to work on my rear wheel. It still have the Bafang hub motor on this wheel. I did took tradition hub, and I took an extra 4-inch wheel that I have to have it built, but after 1 month I found out he wasn't able to get the right spokes. He said it was out of stocks. I was very angry because, you know, been waiting for almost a month and not even the spokes are ordered yet. So I said, just have it ready. I'm gonna go and pick it up. I already went to AliExpress and ordered 2 rear wheel, actually 2 pair of front and rear for my fat tire. It's gonna have a tradition hub. Gonna test them out and see which one I'm gonna like it more. Again, it only cost me between $150 to $200, so I'm gonna test both of them and I'm gonna tell you my experience with it. So that way, in case if you guys decide to do the same thing, you want to take your real hub out, because this is a lot of weight here. You don't want that one because it's gonna put pressure on the motor. I mean, the motor is still capable, but if you took the hub motor out of this wheel, it's over 100 pounds bike. You want to take some weights out of this bike to make it easy and more fun when you're riding the bike. So all right guys, the bike is ready now. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it out from the bike mount, and then I'm gonna put my battery on the bike. So as you can see, here's the Jumbo Shark battery from Electrified Bike Company. This is a 52 volt battery. Happy with it, but I'm working on upgrading to 72 volt battery, so that's coming very soon. I already spot welded everything. The only thing that's left is to add the BMS and wrap it up, and hopefully I'll be able to test it out with this bike to get the performance of the 6,000 watt motor. So that one is coming very soon. I also gonna show you how I built my battery and what parts I use and what the materials I use to build that battery. So if you guys want to learn how to do it, we'll show you exactly how I did it step by step. All right, so I'm gonna put the battery back in place. There we have it. All right guys, so now the bike is ready. I'm gonna test it out for you guys. I already power up the motor. I have it on level 2. Throttle. Nice. Good. Okay, it's all good. All right guys, so now let's do the test ride and show you the performance with this new Sprocket, the 48, and I'm gonna show you how fast I can go without ghost pedaling. All right. Excellent. .28, no ghost pedaling. Woo! This is awesome. .28, no ghost following. Woo! That's great. Yeah, can I get a X large brown 6?
Okay, you're at 32.15.
Okay, that's 40. Thank you.
There you go.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Have a nice
You
day.
too. Thank you. Thank you.
What's the smallest room in the world?
I'm not sure.
Why'd they
Felt that one before.
yeah. You didn't say
Excuse
new.
me?
Why'd they invite the mushroom to the party?
Why?
Because he was a fun guy. How much are bananas?
$1 a bunch.
$5 bill. Yep, you don't have to hold it up. You can.
Isabella.
That's right. Isabella that time too. You know the little ants that crawl around on the ground?
All right, lights on. Headlights. Low beam. All right, let's get back home. Alright guys, that's it for this video. You guys seen the installation for the Sprocket, and I show you exactly how I took it apart and put it together with the new one. Again, I really like this motor. Get the CYC X1 Pro, you're gonna have a lot of joy. My buddy Nelvick He did the same setup with his bike and he loved it. He keep also pushing videos on his channel. If you want to watch more of his videos, he have a lot of knowledge in battery build and testings, devices. Go check it out, called 500 amps, and I'm gonna add his link in the description. Hopefully you guys go and like and subscribe to his channel, like his video, support us, and hopefully we'll come up and show you more of the good stuff. Again, thanks for watching, and thanks for Jeremy to mention about doing this upgrade to the bike. So thanks for watching, and I hopefully see you next time. Bye.